Hey yo, peace and blessings, blessings and peace. It's the boy Jarmel Reece coming to you back one more time for the mind, back on the grind, you know what I'm saying? Making sure y'all get all this information, making sure y'all passing it along. Like I always do before we start any video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you're giving out the information, you know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to my man's Sacred Symbols, you know what I mean? You like these pieces, make sure you hit him up on the IG. Hit them up, tell them Jarmel Reece sent you. They'll give you a special, special little discount or something like that, you know what I mean? Actually, this is actually the guest that I'm getting ready to introduce. This is her piece that she got made by by Sacred Symbols as well. And my guest is Shaquita Monique. Monique Shaquita, however you want to say it, my queen. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing great, my king. As he said, my name is Shaquita Monique. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Seshat Monique. That's SESHAT_Monique. Make sure you follow me.
No doubt about that. Make sure you follow her. Matter of fact, follow her 2 times. You know what I'm saying? She got a bunch of stuff that she got going on. She does music. She does
spoken word.
Go ahead, keep on going. You tell her.
I do spoken word, as well as I write poetry, of course.
And you just got a real good positive page. Like, you got a lot of good positive
I
things.
love my page. My page is beautiful. My page is better than his page.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you're on my channel right now, so you know you got to be able to follow the rules. You know?
It's all good.
So right now, what we gonna do is we gonna talk about make your next move your best move, right? So when we talking about make your next move your best move, we talking about like basically, how can you know to be able to make a better move for yourself if you don't even know what that move is? You know what I'm saying? You're so busy listening to the narrative of what everybody else is doing that you can't even make your best move because you don't know you. You have no self-initiation to be able, you have no self-preparation to be able to get yourself to another level. You know what I'm saying? And all you do is you follow the narrative of what everybody else is doing and what you see, not following what's going on inside of you. You know what I mean? Shaquita, can you go ahead and comment a little bit more on that?
Of course. Like as he said, me myself, I just finished a 7-day water fast, and one of the biggest things that I started thinking about after I completed that fast, which I was very proud of course, because there were a lot of things that I had set out to accomplish when I did that fast, and mainly it was grounding. Mm-hmm. It was burning bad karma. It was sacrificing, making sure that I was disciplining myself on not just food, but focusing myself and making sure that when I say that I'm gonna do something, I follow through with it, and I know that that power comes from within. So with that being said, when I completed that 7-day fast, one of the main things that came up was, what's next for me? Mm-hmm. What do I do now? And right after that, on the 8th day, I had throughout that 7 days, I was so focused so much on, all right, I got, day 2 coming up. I got day 3 coming up. And when day 7 was completed, day 8, I found myself in the shower like, okay, I'm not doing the fast anymore. Although I plan on continuing to picking up, dropping old habits and picking up good habits. Mm-hmm. What do I do next? And it was so beautiful because I did that 7-day fast all by myself, and it was like I had the choice to do what it was that I wanted to do. Right. Not based off of what someone else's expectations of what it was that I should do now. I learned throughout that fast that I am the master of my own destiny.
No doubt.
And what it means to make your next move your best move is making sure before you make that next move that you have set a purpose, that you have set a goal for yourself, that you have set yourself up for the next move to be able to prosper in what it is that you say that you want to do. You have to know who you are, what it is that you want, and not what everybody else expects you to do.
But I think the hardest thing about something like that is for people is that So let's just say if you're completing something like a fruit fast or something like that, or water fast, or just any type of thing that you want to be able to do to set up inside of your life, right? I think the hardest thing for people sometimes is that once they're doing it, sometimes they might mess up and they might fail, and then getting back on it is the hardest thing, because we so busy trying to criticize ourselves, and we hold ourselves to this certain type of standard because we're not where we want to be. It takes time to be able to get where you want to be, and I think that's the hardest part about people being able to change, because they're like, dang, you know what I'm saying, damn, I did it for 2 or 3 days, but I messed up on day 3, and not thinking, you know what, I'm trying to be a better person than I was yesterday. I'm gonna just start back over and keep on trying to be able to do this. They're thinking, well, then I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wash up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, because again, that goes back to setting the expectations for yourself and not allowing people to set those expectations for you.
Right.
A lot of people, whatever it is that you have set out to do, a fast, a diet, changing your lifestyle, whatever it is, whether you're working on some music, whether you're working on a piece of art, everybody, a lot of people think that it's based off of what someone else's expectations of what that art should look like or what that EP should consist of. You have to learn to encourage yourself, because everybody else's expectations will discourage you. So let's say you are doing a diet or you are fasting and you mess up along the way. There's this common misconception, oh, I messed up, I gotta start over again. I'll start again on Monday.
Right.
No, pick up where you left off. Just because you slip, forgive yourself. And a lot of people don't do that. They don't forgive themselves throughout that process.
So I'm glad you said that, because forgiveness of yourself is where all this stuff starts at.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So to people, like, we got viewers and everybody that's always looking for this type of stuff. Where did it for you be able to change, where it's like, you know what, I'm going to change my mindset to be able to get to this. I gotta push me no matter what. What was the thing that just sparked you to be like, you know what, I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying? And because we all been in that place where we've started something and didn't finish something. You know what I'm saying? But it had to be a point, and I know it was for me that, you know what I'm saying, I started seeing, like my kids and all these different type of things, and I started being like, man, you know, I gotta be a better person, if not for me, at least for them. And then also it started being like, you know what, I can't just be a better person for them. I gotta be a better person for me regardless, because it doesn't matter. My journey, my spirituality, and my life is mine. It's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the times, you know, we get so confused in this world. We think our spirituality or our life is everybody else's, including our kids, our wives, our husbands, our mothers, fathers, and all these different type of things, because we're so busy looking outside ourselves, right?
Because we are allowing society to tell us what that should look like.
Right.
Because we're allowing society to tell us what the perfect family is, or the perfect job, or the perfect career. For me, one of the things that works for me the most is affirmations. Telling myself, this is my journey. It belongs to me.
Right.
It looks however the hell I want it to look.
No doubt.
Whether I mess it up on day 2, whether I mess it up on day 3,
it's yours.
make sure that I get back.
Yeah.
You have to set your rules. You have to set your expectations. You have to be able to look in the mirror and say, this journey, it's no one else's. It's mine. And it's unique because it's mine. And it's the same thing. Remember when we were talking not too long ago, and I was talking about yoga, and I was getting discouraged because there's all these different types of yoga, and I wanted to know, well, which class do I take? Who's the best instructor?
Right.
What's the best route for me to take? Until I just finally stopped and I said, wait, the reason why I'm doing yoga is to help me get through this fast. So I'm gonna move my body however it fits me, however it is that suits me, however it is that I wanna begin it, and however it is I wanna end it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like anything on YouTube. It doesn't look like anything in a yoga instruction class. It looks like Shaquita Monique's yoga.
That's what makes it unique.
That's what makes, exactly. And that right there, I believe, is what will help people having that mindset. is really what will help people to be able to endure those hard days where you just feel like you just can't go anymore. And a lot of the reason is because you have not set yourself free from other people's expectations.
And see, that's the overall thing about this, man. Like we are so gone off of society and, like you said, what we're supposed to wear, what the perfect family's supposed to look like, what this is supposed to look like. If it doesn't look like this, then we don't want it. If it started looking anything different, then we start questioning it. Yeah, we ready to quit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like, hey, I can love on you all day, but you'll be like, yo, this is too weird. This isn't how it's supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? Or this. Everything is set up on how something is supposed to look. And we have to be able to move past that, because if we're not, we can't make our best move. We can't make our next move either, because all our moves are based on what everybody else is doing. And when you start living like that, you're taking on multiple personalities. And then so once you take it on those multiple personalities, now you got to go back and kill all those personalities just to get back to who you really are inside. You know what I'm saying? And some of us...
So you're saying when you say multiple personalities, do you mean like making all of these different realities?
Yeah, because think about it like this. A person who, you know what I'm saying, that's just like, I know I used to do it. I'm not going to sit around here and act like I'm any different from anybody else. You know what I'm saying? When I used to go around a certain amount of friends, a certain type of friend, I'll act this way because I know that that's how they like me. Because I got all these different type of personalities that need to be fed. So I'll be like this way. Then when I'm over here with my other friends, I'm able to be over here because they do business. They're not like this type of stuff. Right.
We've all done it before.
But not learn it, because then now I had to go back and kill all those people, because the thing of it is none of them was me. They were a part of me. They were pieces of me. But then I had to go back and retrace my steps to be able to get back to me and find out who I was, and me being comfortable with that. And if those people that weren't around me didn't like being who this guy, the head wrap wearing, the guy that likes to talk about spirituality or being this type of guy, if they didn't accept that guy, then that mean they never accepted me at all. And I had to be okay with that, with losing friends, losing people inside of my life, and all that different type of things. And I think people are scared because change brings change not only from within, but without and outside too, because you'll start being able to, your change affects the people around you. So they start making a decision like, hold up, now you're changing to them, so they don't know who you are.
Change is a challenge, and a lot of the times when people hear change, they get uncomfortable because they're used to being comfortable, not realizing that you have to challenge yourself in order to make the next move, the best move. When you challenge yourself, your next move is going to be the best move that you've ever made, because now you're moving in your truth. And that's what it's about. Letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Letting go of the things that, like you said, having the friends that liked you a certain way when you were around them. Being able to let that go and realizing what that's going to look like. Some people aren't comfortable with it because they value relationships more than they value themselves.
Yeah.
They're more than they value the relationship with themselves. So the reason why I said that is because when you, like you said, when you create those alternate, those different personalities, you're now creating alternate realities. When you can't even deal with the reality in which you live in at this point in time right now. What are you doing right now to set yourself up so that the next move that you make is a successful one, and it's not one where you're full of discouragement and false expectations? Right.
And that alone has to be a life that's got to be hard to be able to live, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to keep up with all these lies and keep up all these different type of things and all these fake personas up about who you are and what you are. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have any type of motivation to be able to move yourself. So if you don't move you, then how can you move anybody else? the people that you think that are your friends, they're talking about you bad behind your back when you leave, because the reality of it is they don't even know who you are. You don't know who you are. It's a clue about who you are. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're putting on these fake, you can put on personas, and you can put on a bunch of different clothes, and you can go and buy a different handbag, or you can go get a new haircut and all these different type of things, but nothing's changing inside about you. And that's the key to be able to push forward and keep on moving. You know what I'm saying?
That brings me into thinking about labels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I say false expectations, I mean also putting these labels on the things you do, allowing people to put labels on what it is that you do. People don't know how to think outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they like to put labels on it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and when you put labels on stuff, then under everything that falls under that umbrella, that's what this is.
Yep.
If that doesn't fall under that umbrella, now it's called this. If you're not pescatarian, you're vegan. If you're not vegan, you're vegetarian. But if you're vegetarian, then you can't do this, that,
Right.
If you vegan, then you can't. If you vegan, just because you vegan, I don't mean that you're an alkaline vegan. And all of these different labels really discourage people. What I say is, do you.
Yep.
Do what you feel is best for you. Don't allow people to put labels on it. Don't allow people to put false expectations on it, because the reality of it is that your next move is your move.
No doubt.
Not what anybody else is expecting for that move to look like, because you say you want to start a new piece.
Yeah.
You want to start a new EP. You want to start a new painting. And that's what makes it so hard for people to make their next move, because they feel like they have to, when they move into something else it is that they want to put under their belt, it has to look like this, you know?
Right.
Or it has to look, in order for you to be able to be on a healthy diet, it has to look like this.
Right.
In reality, it doesn't. It's all about what it is that you have set up for yourself, and what it is your expectations are for yourself. And that is making your next move your best move, because it belongs solely to you and no one else.
That's real. And man, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Because me and her be sitting here all day.
Oh, yeah.
All day. That's what we do all day, is just sit around and conversate and just, you know what I'm saying, explore each other's mind. And I think that's a key, you know what I'm saying? Especially with communication, with anything and anybody in any relationship. It's always about being able to communicate and being able to talk. Sometimes I might do something that she don't like, you know what I'm saying? And she do some things that I don't like. But at the end of the day, that's what makes her uniquely her. And that's what makes me uniquely me. And we're individuals, you know what I'm saying? And just like you are, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Go to my website, jarmelreece.com. Check out all the new music. Check out all the photos, all these things that we'll be having coming. I want to thank you again, my queen, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, thank you.
Hey, like we do it, how we got to end it. Peace and blessings, blessings and peace. It's the boy Jarmel Reece in real life, not in fake life, because they just faking about their life. You know what I'm talking about? Peace.
Self, the higher self. All this rope talk, beefing over knowledge, us against us, intellectual warfare, false prophets.